Hi guys, how are you doing? This is Sebastian from TechCentury, the channel to help you make the right purchasing decisions. Welcome to my full review of the Desklab portable touchscreen monitor. So to get started, we'll take a look at the price of this monitor, and it's currently available for pre-order from the Desklab website. The Full HD version that I have right here retails for $299 while the 4K version is $399. Next up, let's take a look inside the box of the Full HD version, and there we find the monitor itself, a manual, a USB-C cable and an HDMI to mini HDMI cable. Please notice that this might be different on the 4K version of the monitor, where I think there's also a power brick included. In terms of design, I think the monitor looks very elegant and professional. There's nothing flashy about it, which I think is good. It has a very nice texture on the front that looks like brushed aluminum, so I really like the design, and it's by far the slimmest monitor that I've ever seen, and it only weighs in at a little bit above 700 grams. Continuing with the build quality, it makes a very solid impression without any visible flaws. Only the buttons to control the menu could feel a little bit more premium in my opinion. Talking about the ports, on the left side we'll find a headphone jack, woohoo! Finally a device that still has a headphone jack, and then on the right side we'll have micro USB for connecting a keyboard and mouse, a mini HDMI port as well as two USB Type-C inputs. Since only USB Type-C supports touchscreen signals and power delivery though, you have to plug in a USB-C power cable when using the monitor with an HDMI input. But this doesn't mean that you need a power outlet in order to use the monitor with HDMI. A regular power bank works as well. I'm using a 10,000 mAh battery pack by Samsung, which worked absolutely flawlessly. Moving on, here's a quick size comparison with the Desklab monitor and the iPad mini, the regular iPad and the 12-inch Apple iPad Pro. But now it's time to get to the most important aspect of any monitor review, and that's of course the picture quality. So what shall I say? In my opinion, it's great and makes watching videos and office work a pleasure. It has a very good color reproduction and also very wide viewing angles. Text looks very sharp at this size, even with a full HD resolution if you set at a regular desk working distance. Furthermore, it's also a very bright display at up to 400 candela with a premium IPS panel. Combined with the matte surface texture, it's a great display even in the brightest conditions such as our loft or outdoors. One highlight of the display is of course the touchscreen. And I can only say that it works great and that I haven't had any issues using it with my Samsung Galaxy S10. And I think it's just an awesome addition to have that I haven't experienced on any external monitor before. So it's really kind of like a mind-blowing experience, especially also on a matte surface, because usually all the touchscreens these days are glossy. Keep in mind though that this only works with compatible devices over USB-C, such as Huawei and Samsung smartphones, so make sure to check if your device is supported before buying this monitor. I also quickly want to talk about the on-screen menu. It works well and is very simple, so that's good to see, but I really want to talk about one setting in particular, and that is the display brightness. Because when I first received the monitor, I felt like it was a little bit dim, especially for the 400 candela max brightness, and then I saw that it was set to 50% brightness by default. So make sure to go into the settings to crank it up to 100%, because that improves the visibility of this monitor quite a bit. In addition to that, this monitor also features built-in speakers that are bottom firing. Now they get pretty loud, but in terms of sound quality I wasn't really that impressed, to be honest. Depending on what smartphone or tablet you own, they're probably pretty similar in quality, or maybe even better if you have really good front-facing speakers. So if you want to have the best movie watching experience, make sure to pick up a Bluetooth speaker or also Bluetooth headphones. Now before we get to my verdict, I also want to talk about the cover that you see here attached to the monitor in the video. Now this is not included in the box when you just pick up the monitor itself. Instead, it's an accessory that you can pick up for $50 from the Desklab website, and it's actually dual use. So for once, you can use it as a stand when you prop up the monitor and want to use it, and it also serves as a screen protector when you're carrying around the monitor. So overall, I really like the texture and also the quality of this cover. The only thing that I would like to see improved is that you can actually pop it up at more angles. Now you can do that, but it's a little bit slippy, and there's actually just one specific angle where it really locks into place. So I would like to see that improved in the future. The way it connects to the monitor though is pretty genius because it uses magnets. But now it's time for my verdict, and I really think that the Desklab is a great portable touchscreen monitor that you can take with you wherever you go. Due to working from the home office in the past couple of weeks, I've mainly used it with my iMac as a secondary display where the monitor worked very well and kept up with the great image quality of my iMac. And as you can probably see in the video already, to me, there are no deal breakers on this monitor. I think it has a very nice quality, but there are still a couple of things that I would like to see improved in a 2.0 version, and these are more tactile menu buttons, a WQHD version with a 2560x1440 resolution as a middle ground between the Full HD and the 4K version, a built-in battery since the smartphone battery drains pretty fast when you connect it to the monitor, a VESA mount, even though that's very difficult because the monitor is this thin, I'm aware of that. And also last but not least, front-firing speakers would be absolutely awesome. Before ending this video, I also quickly want to talk about the company and the project of this monitor itself, because the Desklab monitor started out a month ago as a project on Kickstarter where it was very successful. Now currently this Kickstarter period is over, and if you want to pick up this monitor you can only do so from the Desklab website. Now my personal experience with the team over at Desklab has been very positive. They have been very responsive and there's nothing that I can complain about, but I've also followed their Kickstarter page in the last couple of weeks and there were some backers complaining that they hadn't received their monitors yet. From what I can tell, more and more of these orders are fulfilled though. Of course, you are always more than welcome and encouraged to share your experiences in the comments below. I want to thank the Desklab team for sending out this monitor for review. One thing is clear though, I work for you guys, the viewers, to help you make the right purchasing decisions and not the companies who send out products from time to time, and I don't do paid reviews. The Desklab team is seeing this video for the very first time alongside you guys and didn't receive a copy approval in advance. So thank you very much for watching and I hope to see you next time.